I think those of us with CASA in the early days were sort of winging it, and we were drawn to it for various reasons. I think what appealed to me was that it was something of a constant for these children. It just opened up my life to so much other life out there, the complexity of the life out there.
It's not surprising to me that Betty was a part of the founding of CASA. To protect and care for the vulnerable children of our city is something that would be very dear to her heart.
Betty was an early volunteer advocate in an environment that was very different than what exists today. She helped lay the foundation for the role that Dallas CASA volunteers occupy today in child welfare cases.
To use the two words all in with Betty Regard is definitely a good way to describe her personality. When she agrees to do something, it's 100% all in, and she backs everything she says, especially working with nonprofits.
I've known Betty for over 30 years, and I first met her through my relationship at Hockaday. She and her husband established a financial aid fund so students across the community could have access to the school. And since then, I've learned about her commitment in so many other organizations focused on children, and I've just been a big admirer of hers for years.
My mom is somebody who really leads with her heart, and it's her empathy that has really guided her in so much of her life's work.
When Betty is supporting your organization, it really sends a signal to the rest of the community that it is a worthy organization.
When we had our Abused Children Can't Wait campaign underway more than a decade ago, and we were building our capacity to be able to serve 100% of Dallas children in foster care, Betty absolutely understood that our growth plan was based on a leverage model. If we add a staff supervisor, we're able to recruit more volunteers who can be supervised. And with more volunteers, we serve more children. Betty absolutely understood the formula, and that's where she strategically focused her impact to help us successfully close that campaign.
When she puts her heart to something, she is there for the organization, for the board, for any kind of activity that is profoundly important and affects the life of the people of our city, Dallas.
She went back to school to get her master's in counseling education and was a counselor at the family place. She was an early member of the Texas Women's Foundation, then the Dallas Women's Foundation.
She asked the right questions. What are the issues? What are the key drivers? What are the levers, the barriers, the biases, the obstacles, and those open channels?
Betty is an enigma. You never know what she's thinking. She's quiet. She sits in a board meeting and is thoughtful, even shy. And then she comes out with a one-liner that just nails it. And you know exactly that she sees through a difficulty or a problem, and she knows what to do.
If we want to make positive change, you have to have that curiosity and that informed participation. That's what Betty brings.
She's very authentic. She's not afraid to be anywhere or speak to anybody. She doesn't know a stranger.
She's really set the example for myself and my sister of, charity is just such an important thing to give to the world, and then hoping that's been imparted to the grandkid to sort of carry that torch forward and make sure that you're giving to the world as well.
Congratulations on this honor. You have done so much for the children in our community. I am grateful for your support of the museum and for all you've done, and just look forward to being your friend for years to come.
Betty, I want to thank you personally for the gift you have given me, the bounty of your spirit and your imagination, and the enthusiasm with which you enter into any enterprise in our community. You've done this all your life. You love this city, and you have given to this city, and I thank you.
Betty, you are someone who never shines a light on themselves. You are the definition of humility and grace, and that's why we are particularly delighted to celebrate you today and to recognize you as the 2024 Caroline Rose Hunt Cherish the Children honoree. Congratulations and thank you.